Although the Chinese conducted early experiments with explosive powders in 300 AD, the true era of gunpowder didn't commence until 1252. Around 1350, the cannon emerged on the battlefield, tearing through the opposing forces during the 100 Years' War. Its influence swiftly spread throughout Europe, forever reshaping the nature of warfare. By the 17th century, the weapon had reached its zenith, leading many experts to consider it outdated for decades. However, the M777 Howitzer has now disproven its assumptions. Manufactured by BAE Systems, this revolutionary artillery piece boasts a sturdy frame constructed from titanium and aluminum alloys. Remarkably, the M777 weighs approximately half as much as other comparable systems and can be easily transported across rugged terrain via cargo aircraft. Furthermore, it can be disassembled at a moment's notice, offering increased flexibility on the battlefield. However, the M777's portability is deceiving, as it possesses the capability to annihilate targets located up to 30 miles away using a diverse range of devastating ammunition such as the Excalibur M982 Smart Round. This towed 155mm artillery piece has gradually become the universally favored howitzer platform for numerous nations across the globe. Yet American crews have discovered the secret to transforming this gun from a blunt instrument into a formidable force. Enter the successor, the M198 155mm medium-towed howitzer, which entered service with the United States Armed Forces in 1979. With a length exceeding 36 feet and weighing a massive 16,000 pounds, this mighty weapon could unleash high explosive charges on targets up to 14 miles away with a crew of 10 individuals. Despite the effectiveness of the M198, both the Marine Corps and Army leadership grew concerned about its mobility on the battlefield. By the early 1990s, the United States Department of Defense had already initiated the search for a new artillery platform that could deliver a similar level of powerful impact while being packaged in a lighter form. Determining how to create a potent yet mobile-towed howitzer presented a formidable challenge. Fortunately, BAE Systems, a UK-based company, rose to the occasion and embraced the challenge. Originally conceived as a private venture targeted at the global export market, Vickers completed the design of the lightweight 155mm howitzer in 1987. Subsequently, they presented the concept to the U.S. military in the ensuing years. After conducting trials with 2 prototypes, the Marine Corps recognized the formidable potential of the LW-155. However, due to federal regulations prohibiting the U.S. military from procuring weapons of foreign origin, the British company made a commitment to join forces with Textron, an American-based company, to develop the gun within the United States. In the late 1990s, the LW-155 underwent an intense competition against another howitzer design, ultimately emerging as the victorious contender and earning the name M777. Several years later, in 2002, the U.S. Department of Defense awarded BAE a contract worth $135 million to initiate the low-rate production phase of 94 initial howitzers, officially designating it as the M777. Thus, the original British-made design transformed into the first American-produced M777. While the prime contract management and manufacturing and assembly of the titanium structures are based in the United Kingdom, the final integration and testing take place at BAE's facility in Mississippi. Measuring 35 feet in length, with a barrel spanning 16.7 feet, this artillery platform is slightly shorter than its predecessor, but retains the ability to fire the same types of rounds. However, thanks to the utilization of titanium and aluminum alloys, the M777 weighs 40% less, making it a significantly lighter option. Weighing in at 9,300 pounds, it can be easily towed and transported via a single cargo aircraft. A minimum gun crew of 5 individuals is required to operate the weapon, although the recommended regular team consists of 8 members, enabling a higher rate of fire. The M777's lightweight construction also offers a notable advantage for ground transportation. Well-trained artillery crews can efficiently dismantle the system and relocate it in a mere 3 minutes after use, showcasing its quick and easy deployment capabilities. The M777 possesses the remarkable capability to be towed across challenging terrains, including muddy roads and wet fields, a task that would be impossible for heavier weapon systems. Furthermore, this howitzer has been enhanced with high explosive shells, such as the 103-pound M795 projectile, which contains approximately 24 pounds of TNT. This explosive power rivals that of a Hellfire missile, but at a fraction of the cost. Additionally, the skilled crews operating the M777 can fire up to 5 massive rounds per minute, effectively engaging targets located up to 19 miles away. Moreover, when faced with distant targets or natural obstacles, the M777 can be equipped with the formidable M982 Excalibur. This GPS-guided projectile, albeit expensive, delivers devastating impact and boasts deployable stabilizing fins, enabling it to reach objectives as far as 25 miles away. The M777 possesses the remarkable capability to be towed across challenging terrains, including muddy roads and wet fields, a task that would be impossible for heavier weapon systems. Furthermore, this howitzer has been enhanced with high explosive shells, such as the 103-pound M795 projectile, which contains approximately 24 pounds of TNT. This explosive power rivals that of a Hellfire missile, but at a fraction of the cost. Additionally, the skilled crews operating the M777 can fire up to 5 massive rounds per minute, effectively engaging targets located up to 19 miles away. Moreover, when faced with distant targets or natural obstacles, the M777 can be equipped with the formidable M982 Excalibur. This GPS-guided projectile, albeit expensive, delivers devastating impact and boasts deployable stabilizing fins, enabling it to reach objectives as far as 25 miles away. Despite receiving significant media attention and earning overwhelming military approval during the developmental testing phase, the M777 encountered significant challenges. These issues emerged as early as 1998, well before its initial deployment, and persisted for several years. Problems included metal fatigue, fire instability, and recoil damage. Additionally, utilizing titanium materials instead of steel presented numerous difficulties. While titanium alloys offer similar strength, they lack flexibility and are considerably harder. Another significant concern revolves around the outdated tube length of the weapon, which results in a shorter range compared to that of Western adversaries. The dangers associated with possessing artillery with a shorter range than the enemy have been demonstrated in conflicts such as the South African Border War, the Rhodesian Bush War, the Yom Kippur War, and the Vietnam War. In these instances, the side with shorter range guns was consistently suppressed by longer range fire, allowing larger quantities of shorter range enemy artillery to operate without fear of retaliation. Efforts have been made to address these field issues through various improvements, upgrades, and corrections. As a result, the weight of the M777 has come closer to meeting the threshold weight of 10,000 pounds specified in the Joint Operational Requirements document. There is also potential for the incorporation of lightweight materials, although it is unlikely that all problems will be fully resolved. In early 2006, Canada achieved a historic milestone by becoming the first nation to employ the M777 Howitzer in combat during the Afghan War. Reports indicate that during Operation Archer, the weapon proved highly effective, subjecting enemy forces to a relentless barrage of firepower. Remarkably, the majority of the damage inflicted was attributed to just 2 guns, highlighting the remarkable impact of the M777 in action. A total of 421 M777s were supplied to the U.S. Army and National Guard, while the Marines received 580 guns. The initial combat deployments of the M777 by the United States Army to Afghanistan and Iraq took place in 2007, with the first fire missions occurring early the following year. Although most of the Army's M777S have been withdrawn from Iraq for some time, the U.S. Marine Corps has continued to make history with the weapon. Many M777s provided support during operations in Iraq and Afghanistan throughout the mid-2010s. During that decade, America's M777 howitzers underwent an upgrade, receiving full-bore chrome-plated barrel tubes. This enhancement significantly extended their service lifespans, increasing them by up to 300%. The effectiveness of this crucial upgrade was demonstrated in 2017 during a battle when a single Marine battery fired over 35,000 rounds at ISIS targets in Syria in a little over 5 months. This remarkable number of rounds surpassed the total artillery rounds fired by the entire American military during the 2003 invasion of Iraq. Surprisingly, the Marines only utilized 2 of the newly upgraded chrome-plated barrels despite the massive volume of fire. The production of M777 Howitzers has been carried out on a large scale, with ongoing production still taking place. Approximately 1,200 models have been completed, and the approximate unit cost is $5 million. With a price tag of $17 million, the M777 stands as a significantly more expensive option compared to other 155mm howitzers, which can cost as much as 90% less. As a result, the M777 has found a relatively limited customer base for export sales over the past 2 decades. As of 2021, operators of this weapon include Australia, Canada, India, Saudi Arabia, and the United States. Additionally, nations like Colombia and the United Arab Emirates have shown interest in acquiring the M777. India, for instance, placed an order for 145 howitzers, of which 89 have been delivered and deployed in mountainous regions near the border with China. Moreover, the United States, Australia, and Canada donated 100 M777 units to support Ukraine's fight against the 2022 Russian invasion. These towed 155mm howitzers have proven highly effective against enemy forces, providing crucial cover for Ukrainian infantry lines, demolishing troop bridges, and inflicting continuous chaos from above, resulting in a significant shift in the dynamics of the war. With 2 decades of service in war zones across the globe, the M777 continues to demonstrate the enduring relevance of agile, efficient, and mobile artillery on the modern battlefield.